This method, we just start off with some chords. 6, 3, 5, 6. And I'm just gonna quantize everything. And then I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna change the velocity of every note. Gotta add my first layer. Didn't really like it, to be honest. And then I decided, let me look through the sounds. You kind of know it immediately when you come across one that you like. So I duplicated that, dropped out the low end of the EQ, added a mini filter, threw on a sequencer, and decided that I was just gonna go with the disco house preset. I thought maybe a piano sound in the background would give it a little bit of texture. Day 2.
Gotta fix this EQ too, bro.
Yeah, I had to drop out the mid and mostly the highs of that instrument. So what I did here, I just took the amplified piano sound and I just duplicated the melody, pitched one of the tracks down an octave, and then I just added extra effects. I added tape delay, vocal transformer, and space designer. Delay, some reverb, and pitch bending. And this is the melody I ended up just settling with. We're gonna be making beats out of these, so if you don't think that this is a melody worthy of actually making a beat of, we'll see. All we're gonna do is add drums and 808s. On to the next one. So we got some chords to start off with. 6, 3, 2, 2, 3, and then we're gonna quantize. So then from here, I just pretty much elongated every note so that I would actually get a longer sustain. And then here, all I'm doing is just trying to get some kind of legato, trying to make it sound more real, more like I'm playing it with my hands. So I didn't really like the chords, so I just decided that I was going to try and switch them up a little bit. Found some inversions that I liked. So here pretty much I just duplicated the track and then I'm going back into my instruments to pick a piano sound. Now we're gonna actually start creating the melody. Decided to pitch it up. And then I decided to duplicate the track again. So then I decided to put some reverb on that and throw a compressor and drop out the low end of the EQ to leave space for my 808s. I'm gonna bounce the first track, the synthy track, and then I split the halftime in half so that we can speed up the track, speed up the region. Do it again. Pitch it up. Pitched it up. duplicate. In situations like this, I always find that if you don't have any idea of what type of melody you want to do, you grab some chords, you just start throwing down some ascending notes. Every 16th note, you're pretty much going down the descending down the scale, or ascending up the scale, like some type of. That's the technique I end up going back to when I have no idea or no inspiration. So that's what I'm doing here. Yep, we're gonna Rob TMB this and just pretty much duplicate, change the pitch. You gotta listen over to your shit at least one time. Decided to bounce the track. Yo, fuck with her. Now you gotta add some compressor to this. Take down the makeup, take down the makeup, throw on a limiter, a mini filter so that I could take down the cutoff, take down the output a little bit. All of my mixing for this is gonna be at the end. So I duplicated that Vox track, and then I bounced it, and then I'm doubling up on the halftime again, just to see if there's something I can work with. And I decided I'm gonna throw that into a different section. Decided to get a bass or some type of like background synth sound. This is pretty much what the final melody sounds like though. It'll be arranged, obviously. I will be making a beat out of all of these melodies though, just to show that these can become beats and that these are melodies that are good enough. So I was just adding some reverb on the piano, throwing on a filter, and turning down the cutoff frequency so that it's a little bit less harsh on the ears. I removed some of the low end and some of the high end. I turned up the makeup because I had turned down the emphasis in a filter, which kind of pretty much lessens the presence of the sound. Throwing some reverb on this, another filter. I didn't even end up using this melody. I don't really plan to use it. I just ended up making it and then using that type of vibe as like a template for the piano part that I end up using. Just went in the piano roll, quantized, and duplicated. And then you're seeing the descending notes again. So what you're seeing me do there, I like to actually just pitch up some of the duplicated sections because more space is being taken up. It just gives it more mass, fills up more space. Gotta add some type of bass. Had to EQ it down. That's just me pretty much mixing the bass notes of that piano, turning down the cutoff, and I just threw on a preset in the filter sequencer, and then I ended up just going with a disco house preset. That's it. Oh, I kind of like that. Yeah, something like that. Keep it simple, guys. I need a counter. Camera freezing. Yeah, well, that's to be, what is that? F minor, F sharp minor? I can't sleep for tonight. So I decided to throw these vocals on here just because that's one of the methods. Instead of just grabbing some vocal loops or some vocals from like arcade or something, sometimes if I don't have the time, or right now because I can't afford to have arcade, I'm just using my own vocals and I'm just gonna mix that through and just use that as, you know what I mean, vocal chops. So I'm using a filter. I always set it up, my vocals, I always set them up with compressor, then gate, or noise gate, and then I mix the EQ, and then I do auto-tune, / vocal transform or whatever, and then I'll do like mini filter or preset or something like that. And then what I'll do is I'll send that vocals on a bus for reverb, maybe tape delay, and sometimes it will either be mini filter and or a vocal transformer. I threw vocal transformer on the bus because flex pitch, we're gonna do flex time, monophonic. I just flex pitch the vocals, like that's one of the mixes that I might do in another video, but I just wanted to get through the actual melody making part. But then we're gonna have to mix this differently for sure. Let me keep the volume up just so I can hear it, and then bring down the cutoff even more. I like that. This was pretty much the whole purpose of me creating vocals in the first place. You see what I'm saying, guys? And then we can even, you know what I'm saying, get on some bullshit like this, or bring it over and just pitch it down. On some shit, pitch it down, bro. Oh, and one of the buses is for reverb. One of the buses has to be for reverb. Even more. I'm just going in and throwing it on an EQ, mixing the EQ so that I can just duck out. I just want to duck out some of those low and mid, those low and mids. I just want to duck that out so that my voice doesn't have as much presence and it's not really taking up as much space. It's not really taking up as much space in the EQ. I feel like this might be getting a little bit too technical for just how to make a melody thing. Alright, I might save this method for last and be like, this is like the one that's like I guess the most annoying. I know there will be some niggas kind of complaining about the sound selection. I'm gonna be honest, I can already hear it in my head. So let's fucking, for y'all niggas, you know what I'm saying? I get it. Trust me, I get it. I understand. But one thing is, bro, it's about the melody. Like, if you have a good melody, bro, you just fucking just pick an instrument. Like, just go through instruments, literally, and you'll fucking find, like, you know what I'm saying, you like something. So pretty much what I want to do is I just want my voice to take up a little bit of space. I don't want it to sound like me. I just want it to sound like it's an actual, like, vocal, already made vocals. Where's the envelope? Here's the final melody. More mixing will be done, obviously, but we just wanted to get through the actual strategy and the actual method.